So since time will not wait for you, you then have to marshal all the efforts and hit the ground running. And I think this is one of the factors for which AIA has come up to fill the gap. Now, there's this gap that has been created between academia and industry. And they've well talked much about it. And so this gap, you have students coming out from the universities, various schools, wanting to get into industry to work. Now, they are not prepared. You have students getting in there, being nervous. They really don't know what to do. They've acquired enough academic knowledge. Yes, that is good. But on the practical field, you need to apply the knowledge you acquired from school practically. And if you want to drive, you can learn all the skills in driving in the book. But when the car is given to you to move, it's a different ballgame. Just even related to a bicycle. So you realize that it is very important to get yourself trained, prepared, before you face the job market. Now, we have the situation where students come out of school for the speed of getting financially successful. Just want to come out of school and immediately join the job market. I am a master's holder. He says the other person is a master's holder. He owns a car, he owns a house, he owns that. Because I've just come out of school and I'm a master's holder, I also want to acquire those properties within a short time. And so going through internship or apprenticeship, they don't want to go through it. But it is better to get yourself informed and prepared. Build capacity. Rediscover yourself. That's the state in which you discover yourself, the internship stage. Then you will then be ready for the job market. I had to go through an internship for 6 years before hitting the job market, right? And so, and having hit the job market, I have gone through quite a number of miles along the race, and I have still not arrived yet. So you cannot just say for the few years that you've spent in school, and within a second you want to climb up the ladder and be there. It's not practical. Right. Now, this is a platform that I feel should not be handled by just a group of individuals. It's a platform that government should come in, corporate bodies should come in, academia should come in, and then industry should come in to support. They need to support this because the end beneficiary is much of the government, of the corporate institutions, and of industry. So they need to support this initiative rather than allowing just the individuals to fund it and support it. And I pray that this message will get to such great people that they can support this initiative and grow it big. Now, through the internship stage, you might end up discovering that you are good in the corporate environment or you can do better as an entrepreneur. That is the self-discovery. So you might want to become a banker or you want to be a doctor or a lawyer. But when you go through the internship stage, you then get to rediscover yourself to realize that no, I think I would want to be an employer than an employee. And so you will rediscover yourself through this academy. And so this gives you the opportunity of self-rediscovery. Some of us have to go through it in the hard way, but you are fortunate. There's a platform, there's an academy available for you to discover it on a silver platter. So it's an opportunity for you. You should clap for yourself for this. Now, just to give a little story about myself so that you can relate it to what I've said. I own SESIL'S Consult Limited, which is a car detailing polishing company. Now, after school, I started my secondary school, but I stopped at Form 2. Because at Form 2, I discovered that I love to be an engineer. And I wanted to be a practical person. So I told my parents, I want to withdraw from the secondary school and go to the technical school. And you can imagine what happened. Well, my mom literally had to come in and tell my dad he was playing with milk tins and foaming cars when he was a child. And I think he's right. Eventually, they allowed me to go to the technical school. I completed technical school with a bronze medal award from City and Guilds of London Institute. Right, that year in '87, we got the director of City and Guilds of London coming down to Ghana to present me with the award. And so I had a bronze medal sitting down. And apparently after the medal, well, no cash was attached, no other support came in. So I kind of like, what is the need for this? But today, as I sit here, I've seen the reason for the medal. Now, I started, for instance, the gentleman was talking about money or fund to support his project. Don't only focus on an external support. You can find a way of initiating that business on your own way, and I'll tell you how. In my case, I started with a car wash. Now, to wash a car, I needed a space, I needed equipment, and I needed all that it requires financially to get these things. But what did I do? I depended on the natural giftings I realized God gave me, and I go to offices, and then I immediately search around your office to realize that you don't have a pen, you lack this, you lack that, so I tell you I can get you this and that. Meanwhile, I don't have any shop. So eventually you tell me, okay, supply me. So I go to the nearest shop that has sax pens and tell me, trust me, I have this order from this office. Right? They trusted me, I went, delivered, brought their money. I started, eventually I got into even block making, pavement block making. You know, because the money I generated from the office supplies, then I went into block making at a point. Then I went into office setup. I have this natural talent. I can partition this particular space into 4 offices. Right? I only do the design and bring in the carpenters and guide them to do it the way I want it. I got my first contract with Samsung when they had come to Ghana to come and lay telecommunication lines all over the country then. So I had to set up their office. I walked in just like you. I only had the idea in mind. They gave me the contract. I brought in the experts, coordinated and monitored them to get a job done. I received the money, I paid them and kept my profits. So I went on and on. Then I got to Lufthansa when they had to take up their new office on the Ring Road Central. I saw they were renovating the office. I just walked in and saw the contractor. I said, I can provide vertical blinds, these very things. And he said, are you sure? I said, yes. We have a company that does that. I have the company, but I went sublet. So I went to, Una agencies. Yes. I just walked to Una agencies and said, I've got this contractor, I need you to do for me. Fine, they came, they took the measurement and all that, and I was with them, coordinating, right? So now the job has to be done. Fortunately, the contractor gave me part payment. See what I do? I did. I got them to get the job done, and I gave them a post-dated check, even though I had a cash in the account. I wanted to build trust. So when the job was done, they went into the account and they got the money. The next job I got the money, I put it in the account, but I provided a post-dated check. I'm building trust. Such that when I get a bigger contract, they can trust and get it done before I pay. So sincerity is one paramount thing you must build. So that led eventually to SESIL to start. I built cash from that to buy the equipment I wanted, and cleaning cars is my dream. So now, how do I start this one too? Now, I had to come to your home to clean your car because I had not enough money to rent a space anywhere. So when I come to your home, I come and clean your car, you pay me. I don't pay rent, I don't pay electricity bill, I don't pay water bill. I get a job done and I make my money. So eventually, Carl Merchant Bank accepted me in their space. This is where internship comes in. Even though I was working, I was going through internship. Now, what they said was, you can clean our cars, but you are not allowed to clean public cars. Now, how many of you will want to do that? You are restricted. But then I wanted them to believe in my dream. I accepted the offer, and I was only cleaning their cars. I created an impact in them. And so SNIT came on board, wanting me to clean their executive cars. And so by then, they needed me to have a space. So fortunately, I got a space that could take just one car at a time. I went for it. So I have to move out of Carl Merchant Bank space. Trust me, when I went out there, Carl Merchant Bank traced me. That was how it started. Eventually, I was called upon to detail the president's car. Then President Kufuor at the castle. That was the first time car wash helped me to enter the castle. You get it? So I started building this reputation up. Then an aircraft company, a chartered aircraft came in. They needed an aircraft detail. I had to go in there. And then detailing is an advanced form of car wash, right? So I had to try and get some of the product from outside. And it started on and on. Okay, to cut it short, in 8 years, I was able to establish 5 outlets, right? Now, having got this is where you must watch. Having gone that far, I lost everything at a point. How did it happen? I met this businessman whose property I rented to establish the 5th outlet. We came into a verbal agreement. Watch this particular area and don't make that mistake. We came into a verbal agreement for me to use the space for 300 Ghana cedis a month. Now, after I invested over 40,000 Ghana cedis and got a place worked out, he came up for us to now document the agreement. At that time, he changed his mind that he was taking $500. So you can imagine. I had gone in for a bank facility to support my internally generated funds to get this job done. Nothing will change his mind. So eventually I have to fold up, working over just a year. I lost everything. The banks were chasing me for their money. What will I do? I had to close almost all the branches, leaving one. The last one, I almost gave it out so that I can use the money to pay off the bank and be free. But then I had to go into partnership at that point to use the other partner's money to pay off the bank so we can hold the brand and keep rolling. It is at that point I had to go to the university to go rediscover myself. I came out of the university, managed to travel out to pursue some further studies in car care. And I came back, and in 5 years, that is SESIL. And so, when you look through the storyline, you realize internship has happened even when I was working. So you must be ready to sometimes submit yourself to some jobs. Don't even take salary. For your performance, they can take you on. If they don't take you on, you are only building your capacity to be able to face the world. Thank you very much.
Powerful story. I'm learning so much. I'm like blown away. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's go on to our next panelist, Mr. John.
Good morning to all of you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You don't sound so cheerful. Good morning.
Good morning.
So the entire group, all of us here, and many others who are